Who wouldn't want to post this on Facebook? In early 1990, I had an epiphany. This revelation came to me as I stared at the ceiling of my Oakland bedroom, numbed with painkillers for a hernia repair and mulling my life so far as a musician. I had graduated from CalArts 15 years before that, and in roughly 18 months I would turn 40. With these numbers came other indisputable facts. I was barely getting by, cobbling out a living by teaching $50 bar gigs and better paying but far less rewarding corporate parties and weddings. Truth be told, I was miserable. I had lost my focus and passion for music, my self-esteem was at rock bottom, and even fun gigs seemed like endurance tests. In that instant, I decided to change careers. In 2 years, I would put my drums in the closet for good and spend 15 years as a journalist in daily newspapers. I put music in the rearview mirror, a worthy episode, but fading fast. My feeling at the time seemed decisive. I would never play music again. So no one could be more surprised than I am to stand here today at the age of 60 getting my MFA in jazz studies. It's been a remarkable journey with unexpected twists and turns, and it's worth sharing as all you graduates enter the real world with hopes of applying your craft and making a few bucks along the way. It won't be easy. You will likely turn to other professions to make ends meet. And at times you may feel defeated, worried that the inspiration that fueled your passion has left for good. But I am living proof that that's not so. Those creative urges may hibernate for a while, but they never really go away. My rebirth began in Ojai 7 years ago. Several of my newspaper colleagues were turning 50 that year, so they pooled their resources and threw a party. Food, alcohol, and live music. When I arrived at the party, the host walked me over to the guitar player. He said, "This is Charles, he plays drums." I was struck by the use of the present tense. Other than sitting in with a childhood friend's country rock band a few times, I hadn't touched my drums for 13 years. The guitar player looked at me and he said, "Great, man, you want to sit in?" What prompted me to say yes is still a mystery. But a few hours later, with the help of a few beers, I played 2 rhythm and blues tunes. To put it charitably, I was rusty. And there wasn't enough WD-40 in the world to disguise that. But I made it through the tunes and no one wound up in the emergency room. But something happened to me deep inside at that moment, as if someone awoke a sleeping giant. I began practicing a few hours a day. Then I started buying new cymbals and drums. Then I started taking lessons again. The process was organic, a little tentative at first, but as time wore on, I found myself enjoying the journey of playing music far more than before.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dave.
Accident. A bittersweet transition allowed me to retire young. By that time, I was constantly practicing and playing with other musicians a few times a month. Attending grad school seemed ludicrous at first. I questioned the impact of a 13-year hiatus on my abilities. Could I really compete against kids almost 40 years younger for a spot in this prestigious program? But I knew that throwing myself into this environment would give me the opportunity I needed to play at the level I always aspired to. More importantly, I knew nothing ventured, nothing gained. So the rest is history. My experience at CalArts has been nothing short of stunning. It was filled with the highest highs, and a few days, the lowest lows. Some days I was intimidated. Most days I was inspired. The first year of private drum lessons felt more like physical therapy. I was always in the hot seat in every ensemble I played in. But the second year I gained a little ground. If anything, I'm now anxious about where I'll find as many opportunities to grow as I found here. Any sober look at opportunities outside these doors reveals an objective truth. When it comes to supply and demand in professional arts and culture, there's lots of us and not enough gigs to go around. But that's no reason to walk away from something that calls to you from so deeply within. As my teacher Joe LaBarbera has told me, you know you're really a musician when it's something you can't live without. So what I've discovered, and urge you to keep in mind if times get tough, is that you're never too old to learn. And it's never too late to chase your dreams. Best of luck, and congratulations to the class of 2012. Thank you so much.